Okay. Okay, yeah. Okay. The audio is working this time. So that's good. Um yeah, let me get back over to the YouTube page. Let's see. Um Come back in and manage this. Hey, welcome back, Ducky. I'm just gonna go ahead and post a link to Twitter. Sorry about that. Had to take a break for a minute. Um All right, so this is gonna be part two. We're gonna be refining the sculpt some more, and we will be um, welcome back, Bear. Welcome back, Willow. Um, yeah, so we're gonna refine this a little bit more, and then we're gonna texture it. So, all right. First thing, you can notice that it kind of melted our sculpt, but that's okay. We have better topology now. We have these loops running around, and it's for the best. So let's go into sculpt mode. Um, I'm gonna actually go into object mode for a sec. We're gonna shade smooth, just so I don't forget to do it later. Okay, and then we go into sculpt mode. Okay, and I'm gonna add creases back to this. Oops, because we want it to be sharp. All right. And we just clean it up. We've already made the big design decisions in the last step, so really this part's just all about refining it, getting it cleaned up. So it seems to be working a little bit funky here. I'm not a fan of that. So we may need to change our design just a little bit. Because it doesn't want to be sharp. Okay. And then I'm gonna just do that for right here. And right here as well. So we pretty much want this whole thing inset right here. Hey Dino, welcome back. And Fred as well. You can see that it is behaving a little differently than before, because we retopologized it. And there was one doing this as well. Okay, let's keep it smooth. And then I'll pinch it. There we go. So I'm not really a huge fan of how the mouth is being shaped here. But we'll see how it looks in the texturing phase. If there's anything I really need to do to it, I'll take it back after the stream and work on it. But for now, I want to get this thing to a point where you guys can see the other parts of the workflow. And to do that, it may take, well, to do that, I just have to accept things that I otherwise would be able to fix if I weren't streaming. Um, so just in the interest of time. But I'm going to try and get this thing looking nice. Okay. Hey Wiz, welcome. And Piggy the Lost Page, welcome. And Mixed Tune, welcome as well. All right. I'm going to just start smoothing this stuff. There we go. There we go. That's okay. It's I want these lines to come all the way down, and when I redid some things, it kind of messed that up. So I think it's guaranteed that I'm going to be coming back after the stream and resculpting all of this. But hey, it's fine for now. It's good for the purpose of this stream. So okay, now I'm gonna go crease this. In fact, we'll just start creasing more things. And I'll flatten this. How many sculptures have I done? Quite a few. I've only done 4 this week. Actually, this is the 5th one. I don't know how many sculptures I've done total. A lot. Okay, we'll crease. Yeah, see, I want, that really bugs me. I want it to be better there, but it doesn't quite want to work. Yeah, so I'm doing my best here, but it doesn't, the topology is not looking how I want it to look there. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. But it is what it is. I can just fret about it, or I can make it look nice how it is. I will be coming back to it later, and the final hat will be slightly different in the mouth region. But for now, this is what we're gonna work with. I'll just do this. Which is not what I wanted to do, but um, it's what we got to work with the amount of time I have. Because I have about an hour to finish this before I have to go again, so it's okay. There we go. I'm doing this all with a mouse too. Like I'm not using a drawing tablet. I do have a drawing tablet, but it's I'm just so used to using a mouse at this point that using a drawing tablet kind of slows me down. The mask, is it a frog face? It looks more like a fish to me, but I can see where you're coming from saying it looks a bit like a frog. The Really it's not supposed to be any kind of animal, but they do take a lot of features from like animal types shapes. So, to me this one looked a lot like a fish. But I wasn't really using any inspiration of animals, I guess, if that makes sense. Hey Michael, thanks for subbing. I don't know why a sub notification didn't come up. Usually I've got something that usually I've got something that pops up on the screen when someone subs, but my streaming software is updated and I haven't used it in quite some time, so they may have updated it to work a little differently. I'll have to figure it out later. But thank you very much for your sub. Someone's giving me some texts. Okay. And oh, we're just gonna make this line a little bit better here, more pronounced. Same with this one. Cool. All right, that's good. That's some good stuff. I'm gonna crease this here. I want those to meet each other there. Which means I'm going to smooth. I'm going to do that. Yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah, yeah. You made that other mask. That's good. That's good work. Oops. Okay, I'm gonna change the strength of the pinch down. There we go. Okay. I don't want that to be as much of a divot as it is, so I'm gonna try and smooth that a little bit too. There, that looks pretty good. Let's smooth these things also. And I'm gonna crease this. And I'll recrease this. So I'm not going to take this one as far as I normally would because I want to get to the texturing. But it's pretty close. It's not perfect and it's not where I would want it to normally be. But for the stream's sake, I'm going to take it into the stream. I will be revisiting it later today when I have more time. And I'll get it nice and UGC ready. But for the sake of this stream, I'm gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna be going pretty quickly here, kind of rushing it. Yeah, it is really satisfying smoothing stuff in Blender. Okay. Do that. Do this one. And I'm gonna do this side. Yeah, I'm just gonna smooth that out. That's another area that looks like it needs some work later on. All right, have fun walking the dog. Okay, and one last pass here, and then we'll move it into the next phase. Oh yeah, that's nice. There's that. And that. And last one. Okay. And I'm gonna actually do this too. One last go around for this eye, because I really want the textures will seep into the cracks a little bit, and that's what I want. So I'll make them just a little deeper so they do. Okay, yeah, so this isn't where I would want it to be. Um like there's some weird pinching and stuff going on the model, but I'm just gonna move forward with it at this point, just so you can see the next phase. So I'm gonna duplicate this. I'm going to apply this. And then I'm going to yeah, and then I'm gonna remesh it. Oops, I remeshed it wrong. I have to Control Z that or escape to abort. Okay, we're gonna go to we're gonna try 800. See how many that gives us. All right, let's see what that looks like. That doesn't look too bad. Um, just a little bit of correction that I want to do to the eyes and stuff, but all in all, not so bad. I'm going to go to X-ray mode, delete this half, gonna add mirror modifier. Okay, and then I'll bring up the high poly model. And I want the silhouette to look pretty close. So when you're rotating it around, you can, like, it looks like it has more polygons than it does. Um, so let's see. Like you just want to bring out the most important features. Okay. And I'll say for the purpose of this video, that's good enough. Um, but I will be when I come back to when I revisit this model, I'm going to be coming back to this and I'll be fixing a few things. Now I have to tell the computer where I want to slice things. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to slice it there, because I want the eye chunk to be its own thing. And I also want this part to be its own thing. And the spikes you generally want to cut in half so that they texture properly. So I'll be doing that. Oops. Okay. Mark seam there. And then just for kicks, we're gonna cut it here. And I'll put one here. All right, then we go to UV editing mode. Unwrap it. And I'm gonna just reorganize these so that they aren't touching each other. I want to give them plenty of room. Oops. Okay, that seems pretty good. Now I'm going to export it, and we're almost done. So I'm gonna export this. Export FBX, selected objects. We're gonna save it as Power Mask 4. And we're gonna save this one. Power Mask 4 High Poly. And we'll open Substance Painter. This next step is not gonna take very long, which is great. So all I've got to do, I'm gonna actually give myself different lighting. Now I'm going to make a new folder, select UGC Power Mask 4. Okay, so we'll bring in the low poly version. I do see a lot of things that I want to fix later on. Like that's wrong. So let's see why it's doing that actually in here. Yeah, so it's calculating this face wrong, so I need to triangulate that face, triangulate faces, and I think that should fix our problem. Yeah. Okay, that should fix it. So we go back to object mode, file, export, FBX. We're just gonna re-export Power Mask 4 and edit project configuration, select, open. It's still doing some funky things with the eyes. Yeah, it's this one. Okay. So it is a lot of back and forth. Does the mask have a story? Well, yeah. I I have been kind of coming up with backstories for them. They give different powers when you wear them, basically. So like they have different these are masks of power and they have different abilities they grant the person who's wearing them. Um yeah, so I think this one will definitely let whoever wears it breathe underwater for sure. Okay, let's see. Settings, bake mesh map. I'm gonna bring in the high poly one, and this is where some really cool stuff happens. Um, yeah, and we'll bake the textures on. Okay, so now we've got our high poly, high resolution model projected onto the low poly model. So we've got all that detail on our our less, I guess, intense game ready mesh. So and then all we have to do is drag. There's a smart material in here that makes it look like wood, and that's pretty much how we get it. So I'm gonna file, export textures. I need to choose the folder that it's in. Select folder, and I'm gonna choose the preset that I've made for settings. And texture set size. Save settings. And I'm gonna actually change the lighting position as well. Export textures. Export. Okay, we'll go back into Blender. We'll go into rendered view. It looks like nothing right now. But we go into our shading, add new. I'll go into this folder here. Let's see, GC, Power Mask 4, and we'll grab the texture file we just made and slap it on. And there we go. We've got some errors here, which I'm not a fan of. So let's find out what's causing that. Let's go into edit mode. Yeah, okay, I see. I need to change that. I need to triangulate that face. I'm actually going to redo this island here. I'm going to re-UV map it because that is not nice. It's not a great place for that to be happening. Let's see. Actually, if I go into texture paint, I should be able to fix it there. Let's use our smudge brush. I'll just clean up this edge here. So the program I use to texture is called Substance Painter. It's really nice. It's very handy. Let me turn the roughness all the way up. There we go. And there it is. So that's basically how I've made those masks. We can also go in here and give it some other materials too. You can hand paint the materials or you can use the preset ones that they have. But it's pretty cool. Like this one, this kind of metal. Anyway, thank you all very much for watching the stream. I hope you enjoyed seeing the creation of these masks. And yeah, I will talk to you guys later. If you want to see updates on these masks, just go ahead and follow my Twitter if you're not already. And have a wonderful rest of your days.